Chapter 86. The Balloon Princess and Needle Servant. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the plain as the carriages rolled steadily northward. Dust kicked up by the horses' hooves danced in the golden light, swirling like tiny fairies around the 20 cavalrymen who rode at the front, their eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of trouble. Behind them, the black-coated soldiers maintained a stoic silence, their armor glinting ominously in the fading daylight. Inside one of the carriages, nestled among luxurious silks and embroidered cushions, sat Princess Alara, known to the common folk as the Balloon Princess. She was a vision of whimsy and elegance, with her gown adorned with delicate patterns resembling floating balloons. Each time she moved, the fabric shimmered, giving her an ethereal quality. Yet beneath the surface of her vibrant exterior lay a heart burdened by the weight of expectation. Alara had always felt like an outsider in her own kingdom, a mere decoration in a court filled with political intrigue. Her father, the king, had made it clear that her beauty was her greatest asset, and she was to be married off to strengthen alliances. But Alara had dreams of her own, dreams of adventure, of soaring high above the clouds, untethered and free. As the carriages continued their journey, a sudden jolt interrupted her thoughts. The needle servant, a slender figure clad in a dark cloak, leaned closer to her, his sharp features accentuated by the dim light. He was her confidant and protector, a man of few words but countless secrets. His eyes glinted with an intensity that made her heart race. "Your Highness," he whispered, his voice low and urgent, "there's something ahead. The road is not as clear as it seems." Alara's pulse quickened. "What do you mean?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. "Bandits," he replied, glancing back at the soldiers. "Small in number, but desperate. They've been tracking us since we left Belgash." Fear twisted in her stomach, but Alara refused to show it. "Then we must be ready. We can't let them disrupt our journey." As if on cue, the sound of galloping hooves echoed in the distance, a cacophony of chaos that shattered the calm. The cavalrymen tightened their formation, and the needle servant's demeanor shifted from the calm protector to a fierce guardian. He unsheathed a slender dagger that glimmered like a star against the encroaching darkness. The carriages halted, and the tension in the air thickened. Alara's heart raced as she peered through the curtains, catching glimpses of figures emerging from the tree-line, shadowy forms clad in ragged leather, their eyes gleaming with malice. "Stay low, Your Highness," the needle servant commanded, his voice firm. But Alara's spirit surged with defiance. "No, they will not take me without a fight." She unlatched the carriage door and stepped out, her gown billowing around her like a cloud of defiance. The bandits halted, momentarily taken aback by the sight of the Balloon Princess standing tall, her vibrant attire contrasting starkly against the grim backdrop of the encroaching night. "I will not be a pawn in your game," she declared, surprising even herself with the strength of her voice. The leader of the bandits, a burly man with a scarred face, laughed, his voice a low rumble. "You think your pretty dress will save you? Hand over your jewels, and we'll let you go." Alara's mind raced. She could feel the needle servant's presence behind her, ready to protect her, but something within her stirred a desire to prove herself, to be more than just a princess trapped in a gilded cage. "Let's make a deal," she proposed, her voice steady. "I will give you my jewels, but in return, you must let my people go unharmed." The bandit leader narrowed his eyes, intrigued. "And why would we do that?" "Because," she replied, a smile creeping onto her lips, "I have something far more valuable than jewels. I have a plan to help you escape this life of desperation. Join me, and together we can rise above this." The bandits exchanged glances, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. Behind her, the needle servant tensed, ready to intervene, but Alara pressed on. She could feel the weight of her dreams pushing her forward, urging her to take this leap of faith. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of crimson and gold, Alara stood at the precipice of destiny, a princess ready to embrace her fate, not as a pawn, but as a queen of her own making.